These are first and second round games on Saturday and Monday, and the overall #1 seed is Gonzaga.
This is our team, our time, our town. Zags named overall #1 seed in Selection Sunday for the first time in team history.
Seeing their determination and their motivation, they're just an inspiration to watch.
Plus, with coronavirus restrictions in place, fans aren't able to go to Indiana to enjoy the game. How one Zag fan is supporting the hometown team, all while going through a battle of his own.
Plus, the Gonzaga men are already in the air. When they arrive, they could face several familiar foes on their side of the bracket.
Second round games on Saturday and Monday, and the overall #1 seed is Gonzaga. With the Bulldogs.
Well, there you have it. Selection Sunday is normally a day of suspense, but for Gonzaga fans, it was a pretty comfortable day. Good evening. It's great to have you here with us tonight. I'm Tim Pham. Brenna Green joining us now live from the newsroom to talk about both Gonzaga and Eastern Washington's placement in the bracket. Hi, Brenna.
Hi, Tim. Yeah, when you cover a team that is ranked #1 in the country from the beginning of the season till the end, their seed in the NCAA tournament, it's pretty obvious. For the first time in program history, the Gonzaga Bulldogs are the #1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament. Here's some video of their reaction today. Appropriate round of applause. They then immediately got on a bus and headed for Indianapolis. Gonzaga will take on the winner of Appalachian State and Norfolk State on Saturday. A time and network has yet to be announced. Overall, Gonzaga's region has them seeing deja vu. The second seed in the West region is Iowa, who they beat in December. The third seed is Kansas, who the Zags beat in November. The fourth seed is Virginia, who Gonzaga also beat in December. This is really rare to see a region like this. The Zags have got to have confidence with how this has all shaken out. Speaking of the West region, that's where the Eastern Washington Eagles are as well. They were given a 14 seed and will take on Kansas on Saturday. Something to keep an eye on with Kansas. They've had COVID issues this past week, which forced them to withdraw from the Big 12 tournament. If they continue to have problems, Eastern may have to play a replacement team. Once again, no time and network is known yet for their matchup. KREM's Northern Quest Resort and Casino March Bracket Challenge is now online at KREM.com. If you pick a perfect bracket, you could win $1 million. If you win the contest locally, you could win one night stay at Northern Quest plus a $50 gift card to Epic, Northern Quest's sports bar, and a $50 gift card to Windfall, Northern Quest's home and lifestyle store. Oh, and players who beat out my score each round will be entered to win a random drawing for 2 large Papa Murphy's pizzas. We aren't going to hear from Gonzaga today. Eastern Washington right now is just in the middle of their press conference, so we'll have more from them later tonight. Back to you, Tim.
All right, Brenna, thanks so much. Well, if the pandemic has shown us anything through this basketball season, it's that basketball runs deep in the DNA of Zag fans. And for one Zag fan, it's almost everything. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones shares just how important this team is to its supporters.
The basketball teams here at Gonzaga represent so much more than an entire region. With the tournament starting up, that passion and the presence can be felt more than ever on every single corner of the United States.
How excited are you for March Madness this year?
I am very excited for March Madness this year since it was canceled last year, of course, with the pandemic and the way the Zags have been playing this year.
Basketball isn't just a sport, it's a way of life for Zags fans. Every game that's played and cheered on is an opportunity to be a part of a larger community.
I was fortunate to be at the last 2 Sweet 16 games that the Zags were in.
Dwayne Wilson became a fan 25 years ago when he moved to Spokane. Anytime he has the chance to attend a game, he'll always be there, and he now considers himself an advocate for the squad, but that's not the only thing he's passionate about.
It's a rare inherited genetic disease, and it's a muscle weakness, a type of muscular dystrophy.
In 2018, Dwayne was officially diagnosed with Pompe disease. Every 2 weeks, he has to get transfusions to slow down the muscle weakness progression. The enzymes he receives help stop the breakdown of his muscles, and physical therapy helps him with his walking.
So when we have the infusions, we say we're getting our muscle juice.
Bringing awareness to the disease is just as important to him as supporting the Zags. He often looks at the work they put in to help him get through his treatments.
Watching the Zags, seeing their determination and their motivation, they're just an inspiration to watch.
Dwayne now lives in Southern California, but his love for the Zags remains true. Oftentimes, he'll show up to his doctor's office rocking GU gear. Although watching the tournament will be different this year because of protocols in place at the games, he'll still be connected with the fan base and is traveling up to Spokane this week for his birthday.
So we'll be watching them on TV, cheering them on, and hoping for them to advance to one game at a time.
From Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Let's get to breaking news now. One person died after an incident at Schweitzer Mountain on Friday. A spokesperson confirmed the person was skiing when the incident happened. Now, they were then life-flighted to a hospital where they passed away. The spokesperson did not confirm where the incident was or the nature of their injuries. They also didn't release the circumstances leading up to the situation. Now, this is a developing story. We will be sure to bring you the latest information as soon as it comes in. Well, to your top headlines now, protests overnight in Seattle and Portland with two very different scenes. In Seattle, a march to mark the one-year anniversary of the death of Breonna Taylor turned destructive. Several people were arrested last night for vandalizing businesses and assaulting a police officer. Police sent out photos of some of the damage, and at least 13 people have been arrested. Meantime, over in Portland, people gathered for an autonomous demonstration against the Department of Homeland Security officers in Portland. A large group gathered outside the Justice Center and remained mostly peaceful. Last night's demonstration in Portland follows 2 nights of destruction and arrests. To weather now. With daylight saving time, we were able to enjoy more sunshine that we've seen all weekend. Meteorologist Michelle Bosch joining us now live from home. Michelle, can we expect this to last throughout the work week?
Kind of. We got a little detour that we're going to take for the start of the work week. If Monday could be an adjective for the weather, tomorrow is going to be kind of Monday, but we'll get to that in just a second. Still very beautifully mild temperatures out there right now. We did make it up to 60 degrees at the Spokane airport today. 58 right now at Felts Field, 57 in Chattaroy, and 58 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Kind of taking a wider view here. Some cooler than what you'd expect temperatures out in central Washington, where clouds were a little bit thicker throughout the day. So mid-50s right now in Moses Lake, Grand Coulee, and Othello, but only 48 degrees in Wenatchee. It's 59 in Lewiston. Here's a look at satellite and radar. Starting to see some wetter weather showing up from the west side of the state and making it over to the Cascades. We'll likely see some of that rain shower activity move into our region overnight. In the meantime, the evening should be pleasant, even though the clouds will be around. Temperatures should still hold on to the lower 50s until about 8 o'clock. Then we'll see those rain showers through early tomorrow morning. By mid-morning, we could see a snowflake mixed in, of course, with temperatures in the 40s. None of that's going to stick. But Monday will certainly be a grayer and cooler day with a high in the upper 40s, but we should bounce back rather quickly. 50 on Tuesday, partly sunny, and for Wednesday on St. Patrick's Day, partly cloudy skies and not a bad day, highs in the mid-50s.
The number of coronavirus vaccines administered in the U.S. is rising, and a new sense of normalcy is on the horizon. Every week, approximately 2.5 million shots are getting into arms across the nation, and about 1 in 5 Americans have received at least 1 dose. Now, health experts are suggesting that the rise in vaccinations could lead to things getting back to normal.
When we're there and we have a good proportion of the people vaccinated, I think you're going to see weddings in the normal way that we've seen it within a reasonable period of time.
The CDC says nearly 70 million Americans have received at least 1 COVID-19 shot, while close to 37 million are fully vaccinated. Well, starting Wednesday, more people will be eligible for the COVID vaccines here in Washington. That includes high-risk critical workers in agriculture, public transit, grocery store workers, corrections facilities, law enforcement, and more. People 16 years and older who are pregnant or have a disability that puts them at a high risk will also be eligible. Meantime, members for Idaho's COVID-19 Vaccine Advisory Committee will vote tomorrow on who will be included in the next group of the vaccine rollout. The plans can be approved, modified, or rejected by Governor Brad Little. For option A, people 16 to 44 with at least 1 medical condition will be eligible for the vaccine for 2 weeks. After that, all Idahoans in that same age group will be eligible. Now, option B would alternate between age groups with at least 1 medical condition and age groups regardless of medical conditions. We're just getting started here on the news at 6. Could your latest tax return change your eligibility for the stimulus check? Our Verify team looked into the claim to see who's able to cash in. But first, the Zags have made history this season and are looking to chase down some more records. Before we go to break, we'll leave you with some Gonzaga basketball trivia. All right, check this out. Gonzaga has won 23 games in a row by 10 or more points. No NCAA team has accomplished this in the past 60 seasons.